What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing a new look Los Angeles Clippers rebuild today because they made a trade. So I'm back from out of town, and when I came back, we had a little bit of a Woj bomb last night where the Los Angeles Clippers decided to trade for Eric Bledsoe. They traded Beverly, Daniel Otaru, and Rajon Rondo in order to acquire Eric Bledsoe. So, you know, it's just a small little trade, but since it is a trade, I thought we could do the Clippers side of things, and maybe tomorrow we'd do the Grizzlies side of things. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button. Of course, subscribe if you have not already, man. We're on the road to 20,000 subs. You guys' support has been amazing lately. Let's keep it up. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump into this new look Los Angeles Clippers rebuild today. Angeles Clippers team, we all know Kawhi Leonard will be out apparently. Like, I don't know how long he'll be out for sure, but he'll be out for the majority of the season. It sounds like could potentially be back maybe. I'm not really sure when he'll be back, if he'll even play. We all know Kawhi Leonard has sat out injuries before where he thought, you know, the team thought he could come back, and then they're like, no, I'm not coming back. So, but I assume Kawhi Leonard would come back in a situation where this team could easily compete for a championship. But Kawhi Leonard did sign a big deal to stay with the Clippers for a very long time, so that's very good, because we all know, we were talking about this all the time, it would have been doomsday scenario had Kawhi Leonard or Paul George leave because of the amount of assets they gave up. So then they have more still. Serge Ibaka's under contract, Zubac, Reggie Jackson they re-signed this offseason as well. Luke Kennard is a guy they traded for last year, then gave him a big deal. Terrence Mann was huge in the playoffs for them last year, and I'm sure he's going to be a huge part of the rotation again. Nicholas Batum they re-signed, so that's a good re-sign. We all know he was really good with for them at the power forward spot. And then Eric Bledsoe is, like I said, somebody they just literally traded for yesterday. So Bledsoe gets a start back where it all started, man. Or not start, I don't know what they're going to do with him, but he's going to be back where it all started. And then I think after that, it's just kind of Keon Johnson, Justice Winslow. I don't think Gerald Green's actually on the Clippers. I think they just kind of probably filled him out here. So, and then Brandon Boston. So they have a couple young guys down here with Keon Johnson and Brandon Boston, which is good. Then Winslow, and then Bledsoe. So, and then if you want to look at what the Grizzlies have now, as we all know, they got Beverly, they got Rondo, and they also got Daniel Otaru somewhere in here. I'm not really sure. I guess he's not in 2K right now. I'm not really sure where the man's at, but it's not that big of a deal for this video. So we're going to go ahead, though, and look at this rotation without Kawhi Leonard in it. So looking at it right now, that would have us starting Reggie Jackson, obviously, at the point guard, which is fine. Paul George at the 2. Winslow is at the 3 right now. Nicholas Batum at the 4. Serge Ibaka at the 5. Morris, Zubac, Luke Kennard, Terrence Mann, and Eric Bledsoe. So that is kind of the rotation right now. Do we want to move this rotation anyway? We probably want to have Marcus Morris starting, to be honest. So I think what I want to do is Marcus Morris is probably going to be a power forward mostly in this video once he comes Kawhi comes back from injury. But for now, if he'll go up at small forward, I probably want him to start at small forward initially, to be honest. That's probably what we're gonna do. So it'd be like this: Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Morris, Nicholas Batum, Serge Ibaka. I think that makes a lot more sense, and I think that's probably what it'll be to start out the season, of course, until Kawhi comes back. And then Zubac, Luke Kennard, Terrence Mann, Eric Bledsoe, and Gerald Green, I guess. Actually, nah, let's not run Gerald Green in the rotation just because he's not actually gonna play any minutes. He's not on the team. As far as Winslow is concerned, I'm not really sure where he stands with this team. Maybe we should run 10 actually, and I forgot we were leaving a guy out. So we'll go Winslow, move him at that 10 spot, and we'll take out Gerald Green there because I don't think Gerald Green's actually on the roster. So as far as proficiency is concerned, we're a 4-star at balance. So obviously, we're patiently going to wait for Kawhi to come back, and then he'll be our Lord and Savior pretty much. So we're going to go ahead and still to the end of this first season and kind of see how things go. I am not going to be surprised if this team actually misses the postseason with Kawhi sitting out. Hopefully that's not the case. Shot tendencies, though, just want to make sure. Paul George is up there. Kawhi's 99. Okay, so Paul George is going to check up some shots, which is what we need. All right, so let's go ahead, though. So make this first season, and let's just see how this team does without Kawhi Leonard for a while, and then he'll be back, obviously. P. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Miles Bridges, 6th man. Giannis Fitz Player. Christian Wood, Most Improved. And Brad Stevens, Coach of the Year. Austin Newsom is your executive as 42 and 40 wins you Executive of the Year, I guess. Nice. Okay, All-NBA First Team, Trae Young, Dame, Giannis, Luka, Jokic. All-NBA Second Team, Steph, Ben Simmons, LeBron, KD, Bam Adebayo. Here's your All-NBA 13. I was kind of hoping to see Paul George because this team, I guess he made all-defensive team, but this team made the playoffs without Kawhi Leonard for the majority of the season. Kawhi literally came back at like the last week of the season, so this may not be like the greatest season, greatest playoff run for us. He's averaging 17.5 wins per game. Like I said, he literally just came back, so he probably scored like 17. I think he only played like one game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if it tells me games played. I'm pretty sure it tells you somewhere. Yeah, he played 2 games. So obviously just kind of working back from injury. Unfortunately, he is, we'll kind of just see how things go in this postseason. So I'm sure he'll eventually get it right. But 27 from Paul George. Would have loved to have seen on an All-NBA team. But 17 from Kawhi, 15 from Reggie Jackson, 14 from Serge Ibaka. Even had 13 from Luke Kennard, 13 from Morris, 12 from Zubac, 10 from Bledsoe, 6, 5.5, 4, and 1.5. All right, so we are playing the Dallas Mavericks in the first round, ironically. I mean, how many times are we going to see a Clippers Mavericks first round matchup? So as the rotation stands right now, we have Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Morris, Serge Ibaka, Zubac, Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, Keon Johnson. So I think we'd ideally want Bledsoe and Batum. I know Kennard's been good for us, but at the same time, I think the veteran experience would be a lot more valuable here. So I am going to go ahead and take out Kennard and put in Eric Bledsoe here. And, you know, this might be my downfall for doing that, but I just kind of want to force myself to play Eric Bledsoe just because he just got here. So we'll see how things go. We got to play the Dallas Mavericks in the first round. We have Brunson, Hardaway, Luka, Porzingis, Moses Brown, Reggie Bullock, Max Kleber, Finney Smith, and Trey Burke. So still in a current round against the Dallas Mavericks, and we are going to beat them in 5 games. And we get to play the 8th-seeded Utah Jazz, who upset the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, so now we get to play an 8th-seeded Utah Jazz team that we literally played last year. So far, this Clippers bracket's like literally looking the same so far. So are we going to get the Suns in the conference finals as well? Because that would be kind of awesome. So are we going to get the Battle of LA? Let's see. So many current round against Utah. Can we even beat this team? And nope, we're going to lose in 6 games. That's unfortunate. And we got Phoenix. Bro, it would have been literally the same Western Conference Finals matchup. And on the other side of things, we got Milwaukee and Indiana. Okay, so 17 playoffs. And we got the Utah Jazz of all teams going on to win the championship. Go Bears, your finals MVP. So that's fine though. I mean, it's not that big of a deal that we lost in this first season. I was kind of not surprised, and it was expecting that with Kawhi just coming back. I didn't know how things were going to go there. The staff signing, obviously, as we know, Chauncey Billups isn't the head assistant coach. We'll just fire him. And Trent Peterson. I don't even think Kenny Atkinson is an assistant coach for. Actually, I might be wrong about that. Is Kenny Atkinson still an assistant coach for the Clippers? I don't think so, but I'll just leave him there for now. Let's go to the draft. I know the coaches thing hasn't been right. I mean, I'm just kind of waiting for 2K22. That way, everything's just correct there, because getting something to be correct in 2K21 has been impossible because the game just crashes every time you try to do something like that, man. It's just so annoying. So, yeah, I understand it's not been as I thought authentic as I've wanted it to be lately, but it's just what we have to do. So, Bledsoe, Reggie Jackson, that's cool. We have a lot of shooting guards right now. Luke Kennard, Winslow, Marcus Morris, Batum, and then Serge Ibaka and Zubac. So it is definitely going to be interesting to see if Zubac or Serge Ibaka is going to accept that player option. We do have the 21st pick in the draft. I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. We got Jabari Smith Jr. That's actually a really good selection, but Serge Ibaka declines it. All right, qualifying offers none. And then for free agency ahead of us, we have Serge Ibaka, who we could bird ride for. So I am going to go ahead and re-sign him just because I do like his versatility at the center spot. So we'll have that. And we could re-sign Beverly, bring him back to LA. No, I'm not going to do that. So we do have a full mid-level, though, it looks like. But I kind of want to make a trade here because I do like our point guard situation in a way. Reggie Jackson was a huge guy for them last year. But there's some things we could definitely do here. We have a lot of depth in shooting guard that we could kind of make a trade here. So like, what does that entail? I have no idea. Do we go ahead and get crazy and maybe trade, like, maybe play Kawhi at point guard or Paul George at point guard and get another forward here or something? I don't know, man. Like another shooting guard? We could do something insane here. I know we could. So, looking at the around the league for, you know, guys that might be available, because, I mean, we'll take on anybody. We'll get versatile, you know, we'll get versatile here. I'm cool with that. So, Buddy Hield, I mean, would be an interesting option, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who's going to move the needle. So we got Julius Randle from the Knicks of all teams. So at the power forward spot, we could have Julius Randle playing down there. Okay. What else we got? Jonathan Isaac from the Magic. Porzingis from the Mavericks. What do we got? Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie are all untouchable, which that's all I'm going to want from you. And then Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. Don't want any of that. All right. And then Pacers, Brogdon could be available. Would be an interesting point guard to have here. Miles Turner as well, as we all know. Although they just made it to the Eastern Conference Finals as the 8th seed, so good for them. The Pistons, the Raptors, Rockets, the Spurs, the Suns, the Thunder, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, Damian Lillard, bro. Oh my goodness. Actually, the Clippers could be in the market for Dame or Beal. Now, obviously, as a Blazers fan in me, I would not want to trade Dame to the Clippers just because I don't know if the Clippers have a whole lot to offer. But if we can pull this off and try to get Dame to the Clippers to join Kawhi and Paul George, that would be kind of interesting. Because I actually heard a rumor. I don't know how true this report was, but it also, so I'm kind of looking at Beal or Damian Lillard right now, if I'm completely honest with you. But I saw a rumor that before Kawhi went to LA, one of the first guys that he called to try to recruit to LA was Damian Lillard. But obviously Dame didn't want to come to LA. He wanted to stay in Portland. So could I pull off a trade for Damian Lillard? I doubt it. But hey, he is available right now. So obviously I'd have to make some salaries match. So Eric Bledsoe would be the first guy to throw in here. 19 million still has to go. So Luke Kennard, 2.5 stars, and then we could throw in like Keon Johnson, who we got out of the draft. We could also throw Jabari Smith Jr., who we got out of it. So, and then probably have a couple picks we could offer, and like yeah, that's it. We don't have a whole bunch of picks, but what if we offer this for Damian Lillard? They don't agree. Okay, I figured they weren't going to agree to that. So we can maybe keep one of these picks in here like that, and then we could throw in Brandon Boston as well. Do they agree to this? Nope. Okay. So Damian Lillard is not going to be possible to get, it looks like, unless if I throw Winslow in here as well. They don't agree. Okay. Do they like the idea of Terrence Mann? I don't want to trade Terrence Mann, but yeah, they're not going to do it. Okay. So just was kind of interested and curious to see if they would accept anything like this, but it looks like Dame is not going to be possible, unfortunately. It would have been cool to try to get him, but he is going to be hard to get. So it was a decent package, but I'm not surprised. The only other thing I could think to do to maybe get this to go through is if I moved Luke Kennard to small forward, and I moved Brandon Boston to small forward, if I moved Jabari Smith to small forward, and that might be too much small forwards for him to be honest. So we could try that again, but they'd probably be like, that's just too many small forwards for my liking, which makes sense. So we'll try this one more time. If not, the next best thing would be Bradley Beal, so we could try that. So let's go ahead and go for Dame, and we would throw in again Keon Johnson to be Eric Bledsoe in here. Have to throw Luke Kennard in here. Okay, and again, just kind of those same guys that we were kind of looking at earlier with Brandon Boston. All right, so boom, and we'll throw in a pick. Oh, I didn't mean to remove. Okay, hold on. Jabari Smith. Okay, yeah, they're still not. Okay, one last try. With who also did I move to small forward? I don't know. One last try, Batum, I guess. Yeah, they're not gonna agree. So we're not gonna get Damian Lillard in this video. That would have been fun, but we're not gonna get him. Which I'm excited. I'm glad the Blazers didn't accept this, because as a Blazers fan, on the other side of things, I would not have been happy with that trade. Let's try for Bradley Beal though. So Luke Kennard. We'll also have to throw. Who else was it? Oh, Eric Bledsoe. It was an expiring contract. No second round picks, obviously. So we'll throw in Jabari Smith Jr. and Keon Johnson. So these two, okay, they don't agree to that just yet. Throw in this pick. Don't agree. And I'll throw in Brandon Boston. No, they don't agree. Okay, instead of that pick, Terrence Mann. They still don't agree. Damn, I can't get either. Okay. Trying to get one of those guys would have been amazing, but it looks like we can't get it to happen. That's so unfortunate, bro. Okay, well, it's fine. We're just going to have to look at a different player. We're not going to be able to get either of those guys. That would have been a lot of fun, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. Or Bradley Beal, we're going to grab Malcolm Brogdon from the Indiana Pacers. So that is going to give us a new point guard look at Malcolm Brogdon. So that's cool. And then Reggie Jackson, Bledsoe are still here. We have Paul George, Terrence Mann still. We have Kawhi Leonard, Keon Johnson, Jabari Smith Jr. still here. Then Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris Sr., and then Zubac and Serge Ibaka. So that is our next best thing. It would have been nice to do something different, but I mean, I still have the ability to do something else here, which I don't think I'm going to be able to make this work as well. If we wanted to get even crazier here and go to Toronto real quick and try to get Siakam from them, I mean, I could with Eric Bledsoe's salary being there. So I could also throw in it would be Jabari Smith Jr., of course, and then also it'd have to be either Marcus Morris Sr. or so we can offer that and a future first for Pascal Siakam. They agree. Okay, so just like that, we made 2 acquisitions this offseason with Malcolm Brogdon, Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, Keon Johnson still here, Pascal Siakam, Nicholas Batum, and we still have Zubac, Serge Ibaka. So that is very, very interesting that we were able to get that all go through. And then we still have the ability to sign someone this offseason, which I am going to do that just in case. So Maybe I'll look at the power forward spot here. We got Rudy Gay, who's available. So I'll sign Rudy Gay to a contract or something. So we'll go ahead and do that. And just like that, that was our offseason. So 2 acquisitions. Instead of getting Dame or Beal, instead we got Brogdon and Pascal Siakam. So this team should win a championship. We made a lot of moves this offseason. So hopefully we have legitimately gave us a chance to win a championship this next season. It's really, really good. Malcolm Brogdon, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka, Zubac, Terrence Mann, Keon Johnson, Reggie Jackson, Nicholas Batum is also kind of sitting on the rotation right now. So, I mean, take a look at it. Brogdon, Paul. So basically, you have the Toronto Raptors here in a way with Serge Ibaka, Kawhi Leonard, and Pascal Siakam. That team that won a championship together in Toronto. And then, of course, you got Paul George and Malcolm Brogdon in the backcourt. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like we put ourselves in the position to win a championship this year. We're 4.5 at a balanced system. So, I think we're definitely the best team, but we'll see how 2K treats us. Hopefully, by the end of things, though, we do prove that we're the best team in the West this year and go on to win a championship this year. And this manager's out here winning MVP trophies. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year. Bobby Portis, 6th man for the Bucks. Awesome. Isaac Fitz Player. Killian Hayes, Most Improved. And Tyronn Lue, Coach of the Year. Raymond Murray, Executive. So, yeah, we did a great job this offseason. We went all in, basically. We went even more all in. We all know the Clippers have basically gone all in on a Kawhi Leonard, Paul George duo. So the fact that we even went all in even more makes a lot of sense. Now, would they be able to get that to happen in one offseason? Now, that would be perfectly ideal for them. I think it's possible, but probably not all that, I'm trying to think all that, it's probably not going to happen, right? That's what I'm trying to say. But 23 points from Kawhi Leonard, 23 from Paul George, 17 from Siakam, 16 from Malcolm Brogdon, 12 from Serge, 10.2, Keon Johnson with 9, Reggie Jackson with 8, and 5 from Terrence Mann. So we get to play the Dallas Mavericks once again in the first round, man. This team has met up 4 times in a row now. So hopefully we end up, staying on top of this team and we are going to sweep them. So sorry, Dallas, you just can't beat us at all. So we got New Orleans and LA here. So we got Zion, Valanciunas, Devontae Graham, Brandon Ingram, and Kerry Lewis Jr. starting at point guard with Adrian Griffin at the 2. Otto Porter, Jackson Hayes, Willie, Satoransky, Trey Murphy. All right. Oklahoma City and Houston on the other side of things. So in a current round against the Pelicans, and we beat them in 5 games. And now we get to play the Houston Rockets. We got Toronto still making it all the way, even without Pascal Siakam. So good for them. So, which is why a lot of us have, kind of predicted that Siakam will be moved eventually, just because they did draft Scotty Barnes, and then they also have, Achua. But Achua is backup center, really. But I guess he could play the power forward with how short he is, but I don't think he'll play power forward. So, all right, we get to play the Houston Rockets now. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Jayshawn Tate, Christian Wood, Alperen Şengün, I guess is how you say it, Daniel Tice, John Wall, and then do they still have Eric Gordon as well? They have Patrick Beverly here as well. No longer do they have Eric Gordon. Okay, so definitely interested and curious to see how this is going to go against this team. To win in game 1, they're up 1-0. Game 2, we even it up. Okay, good. Game 3, 2-1. Even series, 3-2. Beat them in 6, please. No, game 7 against a young Houston Rockets team, man. I don't think we should lose to this team, but you never know with 2K, bro. Come on, 2K. Don't do this to me. Okay. Close game. Very close game. So, might be jumping in here in a second. Unless if I'm just going to ride it out with the simulation, just kind of hope and pray for the best. It looks like we're doing a good job. I might not. Yeah. I don't think. I'm going to jump in just to be safe. 59 seconds left on the clock. We do have the ball, so let me give it to Paul George, 1,000% here. So give me Paul George here. Okay. So all I really need to get is a basket here. That's all I need to do. It shouldn't be too hard to do. So, okay. What do I want to do here? Do I want to drive with Terrence Mann? Not really. I'm going to just shoot it with Siakam on the 3 perimeter. And we get the offensive board. That is actually huge because I actually have Kawhi out here. So let me get another screen. All right. Well, I just drive. Please just take us to promised land. Boom. All right, 136, 131. That offensive rebound was probably absolutely the biggest play of the game because if Serge didn't grab that, it would have been probably very nerve-wracking if the Rockets came down here, shot a 3, and made it or something. So, John Wall from the midi, not going to go in. They do get the offensive board, and we get a deflection. We're using Kawhi to guard Usman Garuba. You're not going to get around me, boy. John Wall is going to have to shoot a midi. Good defense, and he still makes it, man. That's just good. That's just good offense by John Wall. Although I don't think John Wall is going to be on this team that much longer. I feel like eventually it'll probably end up in a buyout scenario or trade, but I don't think a trade is possible just how big of his freaking contract is. So all we have to do is make our free throws. That's all we got to do here. So I'm definitely going to pass it in to Paul George. We're up 3 right now. They're going to have to foul us immediately. Player of the game is Siakam, 48% tonight, 26 points. If only you would have made that 3, Siakam, that would have been amazing. All right. Yep, they're going to have to foul me. Okay. So we're in the bonus now, and then Paul George, the free throw line. This should be butter. So first one, green light. That's what I'm talking about. Houston does have another timeout, so we're going to have to sit through another timeout after this, which is quite annoying, but hey, it is what it is. So 138 to 133. All we have to do is get a stop, and this game is over, really. That's all it really comes down to. So if they make a 3 here, I guess things get interesting. But for the most part, this game should be over. All we need is a stop here. So let me get this stop real quick, and then we'll go back and then simulate the NBA Finals. So come on. We just need a stop, baby. They're going to go to Jalen Green. I'm going to play good defense on that. If he makes that, he's the GOAT. And yeah, okay. They're going to foul. I'm done playing this foul game, though. I'm going to make these 2 free throws. And then we should be chilling. Just kidding. I missed it, but it's fine. Not that big of a deal. So make this second one, Serge. And yes, okay. So second one goes in. So we played great defense on that last possession. Just got to do it again. And that should be all she wrote after this. So, yep, we're stopping KPJ. They're going to go ahead and hoist up a 3. It's not going to matter. 133 to 139. And that should advance us into the NBA Finals. Go compete for an NBA championship. Interestingly enough, we get a Toronto Raptors, Los Angeles Clippers NBA Finals. So a lot of former Raptors going up against a interesting new look Raptors team. So game 1, we're up 1-0. Start things off though. 37-7 from Kawhi. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Game 3, they okay, 3-1, and we beat them in 4. Let's go. Or 5, I should say. So we beat the Toronto Raptors, go on to win this NBA championship. Siakam is your Finals MVP with 18 points and 6 assists. This was our final lineup. We had Paul George, Kawhi, Siakam, Brogdon, Zubac, Terrence Mann, Reggie Jackson, Serge Ibaka. But Kawhi Leonard gets another teammate championship, wins his 3rd championship with a 3rd different team. So that is all she wrote for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely leave a like if you did. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.